just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios Podcast live stream, episode number 189. I want to thank everybody for joining us today on this Tuesday afternoon. Apologize for being late. It is September the 10th, 2024. Got a couple of stories for y'all today. Apologize for being a little late. I had some other obligations, but I'm glad you could join us here. So I want to know if anybody watching, even if you're watching the replay, right? Even if you're listening to the audio form, the podcast. So you can catch this in the audio form on any podcast platform you can find. iHeartRadio app, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, the fabulous application Pocket Casts. You can listen to us wherever you go, running errands, or just in the house doing some chores. Simply search eSIM Studios Podcast. We shall pop up. And if you want to catch the replay, come over to our YouTube channel, eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Is anybody that is watching, either whether live, replay, or on podcast, we're also on Spotify, did anybody order an iPhone? Whether it's the 16, the 16 Plus, 16 Pro, or 16 Pro Max, or did you buy any Apple product? Did you get the new AirPods? What about the new AirPods Max? I think those are a brand new version we get. Did anybody buy anything? Or I guess technically, I guess you can't. You got to wait till Friday. But are you planning on buying anything? Trying to test the waters and see if there's high demand for this one. Because I think next year, I don't really know where to go with this one. And I have a funny news report that I am going to play for everybody. Should get a kick out of it. I don't really know where we're going to place this one. Is it going to... Now, they're going to sell millions of them. We know this. But is it going to sell more than the iPhone 15 series collectively? Like, is the 16 series, all four of them together, going to sell more than the 15 series altogether, or the 14 series altogether? I don't really know. I think next year, it's sort of like the Pixel 10, right? So 2025 is going to be the breakout year for Google in their Pixel 10, for Apple in the iPhone 17, and Nothing with the Nothing Phone 3. I say that because Nothing's not putting out a phone this year. They're waiting to make sure they get it right, and I agree with that. If it's not ready, don't put it out. Next year, you're getting the new Pixel, all Google from the ground up, including the CPU. So no more Samsung Exynos. It should be a more what's the right word? Unified experience with Google in the Pixel, sort of like what iPhone is doing. Now, why is the iPhone going to stand out from the crowd next year? Well, that's a breakaway from the crowd. That's when you start seeing the design change a little bit. Apple is going with the iPhone 17 Air, as we've discussed ad nauseum sometimes. That's the razor thin iPhone 17 Air. It's going to be razor thin. Side note, did y'all see the new Apple Series Watch 10? Did you see how thin it is this year? They mentioned that in the launch event yesterday. They mentioned over and over and over. I would guess probably 5 times, probably 4 or 5 times, which seems like not that much, but there was maybe a 10 to 15 minute time period where they dedicated just to the Apple Watch, and then they had like a 30-minute period that they dedicated just to iPhone. But in that little 10 to 15 minute that they dedicated to the Apple Watch, well, this is a Galaxy Watch, but you get it, they mentioned 4 or 5 times just how slim it is. Apple's using that same technology, construction build technology that they put in the new Apple Watch 10 to make it so thin, they're implementing that in the iPhone 17 Air. Now, not all of them. It's just one model. Remember, they're kicking the Plus out and they're bringing in the Air. It's where they integrated, there's the motherboard and then your components, the CPU, the battery, everything sits on top of the motherboard and it's soldered down. Well, Apple has a new patented way of constructing this. They actually forge together the motherboard and all of its components, so they're not sandwiched one on top of the other. They're just one board. And that's how they get the Apple Watch so thin. They're going to use the same technology on the iPhone 17 Air. So you can tell, and I think the average person doesn't know that, right? I think the average person just said, hey, there's a new iPhone out. And look, a lot of people don't even know they're going to launch a new iPhone until they see these news publications put out something. Or they might catch an ad on Twitter or social media. Most people don't know. So with that being said, they see a new iPhone 16 launch and they see what it looks like. And they're just like, looks like the same. Or they see the 16 or 16 Plus and they're like, that looks like an iPhone 10. Well, that's because it has the same design. Not sure where the sales are going to go, getting back to my main point. But I wanted to know, if you're watching this live or on a replay, are you anticipating getting one? Are you even interested in getting one? We're going to get one for the channel. Doubt I'll use it much outside of the channel. But it's been a while since I've, like I said the other day, I don't even think I've ever bought any product from officially Apple, right? The couple iPhones I've had, one was provided through my work, my employer, and then past employer. And then the other one I purchased used, I don't know, it was way back when. But it shall be interesting. I think pre-orders open on the 13th, Friday the 13th. Dun dun dun. And you shall be able to pick one up in store in 10 days, September 20th. So, we will get to that. They have wallpapers. So if you're interested, if you're a person that loves wallpapers, I know there's some of y'all out there. I'm one of those people. I got the iPhone 16 wallpapers for the 16 and for the Pro series. So I will upload those here shortly to my Google Drive account, and I'll put a link out there in a community post that you can select the link, and then it'll go to a folder. It's secure. Go to my cloud storage, and then you can download all of the wallpapers. Actually, did I already put it on one of my devices? See? That one. That's the one that they have, that they show on all the ads. So I got all these for you. If you're interested, I'll put a community post. Now, you're going to need to be subscribed, so make sure you subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel. And I'll put a link out here shortly where you can download all these. And we have big Samsung news. We have official Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra leaks. These are the official renders, the same source that gave us the S24 series leaks, and all of them came to be true. So that's why I want to make sure I get this out to you and let you know that it's 99% what it's going to be, what it's going to look like. So again, this came from the same source that we got all of our rock solid S24, S24 Plus, and S24 Ultra leaks from. Matter of fact, let me play you. We'll get into the S25 series here in a second. Let me show you this little clip. And y'all are going to laugh because it's so true. Let me turn this down. And let me play this. Let me share my screen. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all are going to laugh. I thought I had it. Okay, y'all ready? Let me open this up. Sorry, y'all. I had it ready, and then for some reason it disappeared. No, I got it now. I got it now. So watch this. I promise. I got it. Let me share the screen. All right. Check this out. Can everybody see this? All right, now watch this. Let me see if I can expand it. Is that good? Tell me if y'all can hear it, because if y'all can't, there's no purpose in playing it. Y'all ready? It's so true. Watch. Whoa, I can't hear anything.
We've done the critical analysis of Apple's new iPhone, the features, the AI bet, and the drawbacks.
Yo, really? You're screwing up my show, StreamYard. How dare you? Son of a bitch. How about now? Y'all got it? All right, check this out. Y'all got it? Really? It was literally just working. I'm sharing system audio as well.
Models. As we said earlier, it doesn't. The iPhone 16 looks very much like the 15 and the 14. You could probably use them for a game of spot the difference. I guess Apple is doing the old saying in business.
Well,
if it ain't broke, release it again for 7 years in a row.
So
having said that, the 16 has updated a key part of
tomorrow. Let me download this. Let me not only download it, I can edit it so I don't have to start and stop it and do all this stupid stuff. I can just upload it to StreamYard and play it. Don't know why the audio is jacked up, but that sucks. Don't know why just making sure mine still works. It's worth it. So let me work on this in the background and I'll bring it to y'all tomorrow. Trust me, it's hilarious. It's so funny. I'll deal with that. Screw that. Okay, today. Let's get into this leak really quick. If you go to esimstudios.app, that's where you go for all your tech news, even if you need service, right? I got a list of international eSIMs. I got a list of, even if you want to try out a bunch of different services before you make a final choice, I got a list of every carrier you can literally try for free. So you can have free service for like a couple months if you go to esimstudios.app. Let's go there right now. Boom, boom, boom. Well, hello. So if you can get a good look at this, I'm not sure if you can. I'm trying to expand it as much as possible. I'll do a community post as well. I can also zoom in. I can edit this, make it a little clear, get a little better picture. It is a black device on a dark gray background, so it kind of is hard to tell. Let me see if I could zoom in. Man, I'm having issues today. I'm streaming on the Chromebook again, so I don't know. Never had this issue when I was on my Windows. There we go. Is that any better, or does it make it more blurry? So it essentially looks like the S24 Plus, just with a little less, except with less rounded corners than the S24 Plus. So it has like right angles. It has rounded right angles, if that makes sense. So it's not a traditional right angle. It is in the position of a right angle, but right where those 2 points meet, with that 90-degree angle, it's just curved ever so slightly. So similar to the S24, it's going to be thinner and lighter than we initially anticipated. Remember, it's going to be taller than the S24 Ultra. It's going to be slimmer than the S24 Ultra, and it's going to be less wide than the S24 Ultra, and it's also going to be lighter. So it should remind you, it has close dimensions to the Note 20 Ultra, one of my favorite devices. So if anybody remembers that the Note 20 Ultra, classic device. It's going to carry those similar dimensions. So people were raving about that Note 20 Ultra. It was the last Note series they made, and it looks like next year, not this upcoming year, remember it's going to be S25 Ultra. It looks like the following year they are debating whether or not to change the name back to Note, right? I'm in favor of it, but not sure where you all sit on there. Now, believe that's only photo we got, but as time goes on, we're going to get a lot more leaks. Now, remember, don't get it twisted. Samsung put this out on purpose, right? We saw this with the launch of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 6 and Z Fold 6, right? We saw competitors leak their own stuff. We saw when the Google Pixel launched, we saw Samsung put out some information, some leaks. When the iPhone is launching now, companies put out leaks saying, "Don't forget, we're gonna sell this." Put that little carrot in front of your face, enticing you, telling you they want you to second guess your purchase, right? With Apple saying, you know what? I think I'm gonna hold off on the iPhone and get this S25 Ultra. That's what they want you to think, and they do a pretty good job at it as well. But they're just throwing a little tease out there, right? Is this the only shot we get? So here finally comes our very first and very early look at the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra 360-degree video. Wow, let's go look at it. Stunning 5K renders and dimensions on behalf of Android Headlines. Let's check it out, shall we? Better not make me sign in. God damn it. Whoa. That's pretty dope. Let's see, where's this video at? Y'all see it now? Where is this video? That's the article. So give me this render. Oh, we got it. Yes. Y'all ready? Check it out. Boom. Let me take God, Android Central, Android headlines has so many freaking ads. Gotta get all this crap off the screen. All right, let's go ahead and play it. Dang, that looks pretty dope. I mean, it's pretty simple. It is what it is. It's a S25 Ultra. Flat sides. Flat, even more so flat sides than the S24 Ultra. Because if you remember, the S24 Ultra had a very slight curvature on both sides. On the top of the glass, where your display is, and on the very bottom where your back glass is, where it meets those side rails on the S24 Ultra. The side rails on the S24 Ultra, the border, the mid-frame, the sides, the border, is not entirely 100% flat. There is a slight curvature. Very low curvature, but there is a curvature. This appears to be 100% flat. 90 degree angles from display to side to back, and from the back or bottom to the side to the top, right? So where those three planes meet, very sharp angles. So I like it. It's more a squared design. Remember, it's going to be thinner, it's going to be slimmer, and it's going to be taller. So I know I bang on Apple, and Samsung deserves, although Samsung's looks a little more different than Apple's does. New generation iPhone. But I get sticking with a design because it looks so good. Like, there's a bunch of people internally for Samsung that I'm sure love this design. And I'm sure a lot of fans like it. But at what point can you put something out over and over and over, year after year after year, and still think as a company that your consumer is going to go out and buy this product just because it's new, when it basically looks the same and eventually will do the same after a few updates if you're Android? So you do have to change something up. Apple has gotten so stagnant for almost 7 years. Samsung now finally has a good design language, in my opinion. It'll be interesting to see where they change it, because I was under the assumption this was going to get changed. Now, I knew it wasn't going to be a drastic change, but it looks like some of my thoughts were incorrect, because this looks pretty damn similar to the last generation. Now, the real change might not come until next year with the S26 series. And that's because, look, they might do an overhaul, right? They're going to change the name. They're going to go from the S26 Ultra to the Note 26, right? And then they're going to do an S26 Plus. They're going to rename that to the S26 Pro, right? And they're going to just keep the base model S26. So you might see more of a design change there than right now, but as we speak, as we sit right now, I like that. So of course we'll be getting one, but I like it. It should be easier to use. It's one of my gripes, and probably the only gripe with the S24 Ultra. It's so freaking big. It's hard to use with one hand. Other than that, it's a great device. It's just hard to use. That's why I've been using the S24 Plus this last week. I freaking love it. It's easy to use, and it's got all the features the S24 Ultra has, just minus an S Pen. So really, really enjoy it. But there is your first look at the S25 Ultra, and this will be it. This is it. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're getting. This came from the same source where we got all of the very accurate S24 series leaks. Now, I wonder, are they going to do it even earlier this year? Is Samsung going to release this even earlier than they did last year. Remember, they bumped up now. It's like 2 or 3 weeks, but they still bumped it up to a mid-January announcement. Now, Qualcomm is actually going to launch and announce their Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 early, their new CPU, the flagship CPU this year. Traditionally, they've launched it in mid-December. This year, they're doing it in October. That's correct, next month. So, OnePlus has already bumped up their launch for the OnePlus 13. I don't think if Samsung does, you're not going to see a drastic bump in the launch, right? What might be smart is do it before Christmas, right? And you get a bunch of Christmas presents under the trees. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I would like to say so. I would like to see it, right? The faster we get them, the better. Just don't screw it up like Google did. Only having 2 out of your 4 devices ready to be shipped at launch, right? Some people are still haven't had their Pixel 9 Pro shipped to them. And it's been released for a month. So they royally screwed that one up. Google did. But here's your last final little clips of the S25 Ultra. Looks pretty cool. So thank you to OnLeaks. This comes courtesy of OnLeaks on Twitter. I'll link his Twitter handle and his Twitter link in the description box below. Thank you to Android Headlines. It looks like OnLeaks and Android Headlines both collaborated on this sneak peek of the new S25 Ultra. So I want to thank OnLeaks and Android Headlines. I like that. It looks cool. So, on with that. Any more news? I was going to play this. Damn. What is going on here? System volume. I don't see it working. I'm trying to play this and it's just not working. Damn it, man. That sucks. Sorry if you're watching or listening. I'm trying to get this to play audio. It's not happening. All right, screw it. I'm gonna download it and I'll have that for y'all tomorrow. Before we get out of here, let's see. Do we got any more news? Now, HMD making the phone that Samsung should have done. I don't know about that. Google could offer more shortcut options on the search widget. S24 FE. Oh, more expensive. How much more expensive? We shall see. 600 euros. So what is 600 euros? I don't know. I think that's overdoing it. If I were you, here's my suggestion. If I were you, and if this entails some people that are considering getting the S24 FE. Here's what I would do. And you could probably get a comparable device for the same or under. I would rather get a used in a good condition, used S24 Plus, rather than get a brand new S24 FE or FE Plus or whatever they want to call it. You can find a used S24 Plus for $500, something like that, $550. Well, this is going to be $5-6 brand new. So overall, the S24 Plus may win the phone of the year. I'm not going to lie. Here we have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 Plus and S10 Ultra. Not really any changes going on there. It's hard to tell. So if you're interested, go to esimstudios.app, and I got all these pictures here for you so you can see a little better. These dimensions are exactly the same. So that means the thickness, it's a little thinner. That's good. That means your case will fit a little better. So that means you can use the case from the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 Plus. That will work on the S8 Plus. That'll work on the S9 Plus. That'll work on the S10 Plus. Or if you're getting a Tab S10 Ultra from Samsung, go get you a Tab S9 Ultra case. Tab S8 Ultra case. They are all identical. So that's one of the remaining few devices that literally have not changed, that your cases can carry over. But let me get up on out of here. Do appreciate the time. Thank you very much. I'll have a more polished production for you tomorrow. Thank you. I appreciate it. Please be safe. I'm out.